NASA models provide us with unique clues related to our challenges, solutions and potentials regarding fossil fuel, carbon dioxide in the atmosphere. Scientists claim that land and ocean absorb half of all emitted carbon dioxide, but do not specify where or how exactly. So that statement on its own does not add up to solving the manyfold and quickly growing number of challenges, nor opens the door for new potential, like absorbing that carbon and transforming it into superior food, materials, products as well as living and also absorbing biomass. The NASA models clearly indicate that the Amazon forest is the essential centerpiece in removing carbon dioxide from the atmosphere and consequently holds back the increase of the level of carbon dioxide in the Earth's atmosphere by creating year-long a relative but unexpectedly deep carbon dioxide deficit in the atmosphere of the whole of the southern hemisphere. This is despite the fact that the southern hemisphere also features massive carbon emissions, like from power plants and industry, but including significantly more and typical burning of biomass, which is also clearly illustrated in certain NASA etc. models. Oceans in the northern and southern hemisphere are clearly less powerful to, detectably, absorb away the accumulations than South American forest and vegetation on land are. The NASA model dramatically illustrates that South American forest and vegetation are able and powerful enough to absorb away all present accumulation in less than 12 hours of daylight. There is no C.D.R. installation in this world that comes even close to this, not even on the smallest scale. Besides the above C.D.R. installations are controversial because they use electrical energy. Forests and trees do not use energy other than daylight in order to absorb carbon dioxide. One can look forever on all NASA and other models to find a spot where, instead of accumulation, that person finds a deficit because of human installations, and that is how insignificant such installations are. Instead of finding spots of created deficiency, there are hundreds and thousands spots that clearly show accumulation of carbon dioxide, with many of them being power plants fueled by fossil fuels. In the northern hemisphere, spots with accumulation are so numerous and massive they quickly blur the image with a kilometers high layer of carbon dioxide. All this should be an important clue for solutions. Unfortunately and unbelievably, the evidence is not used nor mentioned, and science and especially media seem to shy away from even recognizing, and frequently even insult the only obvious solution, which is as demonstrated closely related to trees, more specifically tropical forests. Unfortunately, and despite proven evidence on a global scale, like the NASA models, certain scientists and certain important people claiming to represent science have the audacity to openly claim that trees are not efficient, this way at best distracting and discouraging 8 billion humans, with many of them already desperate. This should not be so, from the only short as well as long-term solution we humans have, which is characterized by trees, more specifically and demonstrated the main tropical forests. This unfunded behavior could scientifically and ethically come close to crime or even indirect genocide. Nevertheless, these people go on unchallenged except from some reactions in certain media. At some point, Greta-Turnberg and a number of scientists close to her proposed trees as a solution or as part of the solution. Not that our think tank is convinced that proposing simple tree planting would be sufficient as a plan and solution, it is not. But what she and others came up with seems not to limit to planting trees and could help others to think about or aggregate to some action plan, including the use or even focus on the type of carbon-agroforests proposed in this video and channel, which are efficient as clearly shown in the NASA models. For some reason, this proposal and effort of Greta-Turnberg, related scientists, and others seems to have disappeared from the active media. Those that without checking facts, like these NASA models, generalize and ridicule trees should be challenged, and the whole effort of Greta-Turnberg as well as similar efforts of others, and that includes the NASA and other advanced research and models, should be accentuated once and for all in the media. All those that ridicule the solution and trees should be equally challenged to scientifically explain what is made clear by the models, and that is that accumulation is dominantly if not totally limited to the northern hemisphere and is held up or blocked, largely absorbed and sequestered, at the height of the tropical forests. What is this hidden solution restricted to the tropical forests and the southern hemisphere? Can it be successfully applied in the northern hemisphere too? Yes, it can. Here is a hint. There is no Amazon forest or similar in the northern hemisphere and no Central African tropical forests or similar, and that is the reason accumulation is so dramatic as it really is. If the hint is found not clear enough, then what is clearly observable in the NASA models needs to be explained otherwise, and research needs to be done urgently, seen the claims made regarding climate challenges, which even include the ongoing as well as predicted breakthrough of several zoonoses. We claim the will to interpret what is already available is more than enough to explain, at least in a first instance, define solutions, and work out a plausible action plan. In the next video we focus again on the advanced NASA research and models and what they teach us regarding human existence and existence in